Hey everyone, so before this video begins, I would actually like to show you guys a quick little something. So as you can tell, my layout is different, and that's because I added a Trackmaster loop to the layout. Now, that's because I have plans to do reviews on a lot of the PlayRail range, which is released by Tomy in Japan. But the problem is with that is that I want to have a bigger layout, and have a bigger layout, that means I might have to say goodbye to my N-scale layout, which is like the smallest gauge that I own. And the thing about that is that I have a very strong attachment to my N-scale stuff just because I have a lot of history with it, but I don't use the layout that much because it's just been having problems a lot. N-scale is just very finicky. So I might have a little bit of a vote, so to speak. So if you want to see me turn this whole thing into just my HOOO layout and then Trackmaster, just give me reasons why I should get rid of my N-scale or shouldn't get rid of it. I'm not going to like sell it off or anything, but I mean like take it apart and I don't know. Just leave me at least 2 to 3 reasons, 2, 3 or more reasons of why I should get rid of that. So enough time. This has been like what, 1 minute 40 seconds of me rambling. So anyways, back to the main video, which isn't even Thomas related. I have a box and it says Ebby on it. Let's open this box. I'm Troublesome Junction, and I'm bringing you once again another snack. That does not look really well taped at all. Whatever. I'm bringing you guys another Snacko review, and this is of one of the, as Eggman said in Sonic Boom, one of the fandom's second most popular character. I'm not going to say it just yet until I actually get him out of the box. Albeit you would probably know what he is, despite, well, mainly because you read the title of the video, but anyways. This is weirdly packaged. What is this? This looks weird. Is this Edgy Hedgy? Yep, there he is. So yeah, as I just said, this is a review revolved around Edgy Hedgy, which is pretty much Shadow the Hedgehog, edgelord of them all. So let me just get them out of this packaging. Wow, they did a really good job packaging this up. It looks just like the eBay listing too. Well, I mean, of course it does, but you know how sometimes when you order something and it looks completely different from what you did order? Well, here he is in all of his edgy glory. One thing to note, damn, his joints feel loose. Like his head feels like it is about to fall off any second now. Let me just get a quick little zoom in on the neck. Like if I just shake him about, like his head, you can see it right there. It just looks like it's going to fall. Yeah, but it's still on there, hanging on for dear life. It's probably warped plastic because this thing's been in a freaking hot box for like a week because it had to get here and all that. The plastic feels a lot softer. The quills on the back feel squishier. Well, the head's quills don't really feel like that, but it's mainly like the joints and all that. But I mean, I can get past that. So yeah, this is a review on Edgy Hedgy. So, we'll get everything out of the way. So first off, I mean, you can notice this is probably one of the biggest errors with this figure I bought in particular, is that it has a little ding on his head, but it didn't really bother me. Got this dude for like $25.50. Not that bad because the people will run these things for like $40 on eBay, so not that bad of a price. So here we're going to take a look at his arm. He has rotation in the shoulders, movement in the elbow, and then rotation in the fist. This is licensed by Jazwares, which is like the best company that ever made Sonic stuff, just in my opinion. People say Resaurus was, but my personal opinion, I I hate the Jazwares Sonic. I'm sorry. I respect people who enjoy that figure in that line, but the only figures I liked were Big and E102. I'm sorry if I upset anyone, but I'm just saying my personal opinion. So here's the glove. Well, here's a Shadow's glove. Has the inhibitor ring right there. It is sort of like, because it is like an orangish color. I've noticed a lot of the paint work on him is a lot darker than what it should be. Like his muzzle is very brownish, like orangish brown, when it should be like a more of a tan color, not as bright as Sonic, but not as dark as this. Does have weird little marks around his eyes. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but at the same time, well, actually, no, I don't, because I was thinking, oh yeah, that's because that's the eye, and it's like indented in there, but no, that shouldn't be there. I don't know. But anyways, so that's pretty much that. The head sculpt, though, is actually really good. It's a lot better than the Superposers one, which is, I feel, awful. The Superposer Sonic and Shadow were really bad. But the Knuckles and Tails and Silver were actually really good. I do happen to have the Superposers Knuckles in my collection. But anyways, here are his spines, or his quills on the back of his head. They really did a great job with these. They also got the streaks of red. I mean, of course they would have to, because, you know, that's kind of one of Shadow's key features of him, is that he's dark and he's pretty much anti-Sonic. Has a little smirk. Well, not really smirk. It's like a frown. And it's painted in white instead of black. I don't know why, but I mean, I don't really mind it, but still. Oh well. And then I got the little nose here. Not really that soft to plastic either. See me and my freaking big fingernails over here. Yeah, his nose, not really that flexible. But the rest of him feels really... Only problem I'm having right now is his head. Because once this thing falls off, part of me is going to die. Boop, 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 boop. So yeah, they even have the inside of the ears painted. Albeit right here there is a bit of overlay, like a bit of, you know, paint that is covering somewhere where it shouldn't cover up. Joints on the arms look they're pretty good, but they're not the, if I pull up SBO, they're nothing like SBO's where they have the frickin' swivels. Like his can rotate around like this, but Shadow's can't do that. They are like the Knuckles figure that I showed in the SBO review. They are pretty much the early version of the Jazwares Sonic joints. Speaking of joints, there's another joint down here in the waist. You can hear it all. It's all stiff and all that. Little chest fur, little tuft of fur. Not that good of a paint job done on it, but you know, oh well. If you just look at it from a distance, it doesn't really look that noticeable. Other fist looks really good. Other arm looks really good. Have the little spines, as I pointed out, they are very squishy. And then the little tail, it's pretty much, his body is next to the same as Sonic's, except for the gloves and the shoes. Speaking of shoes, let's look at these things. This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love the Jazwares Shadow figure, is because of his shoes alone. The inhibitor ring on these shoes are actually a lot better painted than they are on the gloves. And then the shoes, they're just insanely accurate to the games. Albeit there is this little hole here, but that is for when you have a base plate for these guys, because they did come with stands. Which I'm still trying to find an eBay listing for some. So if anyone in the, if someone could link me to an eBay listing that's selling base plates for these guys, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to give you a shout out. There's a bunch of numbers. I don't quite like that it's just there. I don't know. I feel like there isn't very many places to put it, but it does kind of ruin the shoe. If you look at it from the front, it's a-okay. This one down here, same shoe, but doesn't have the hole for the base peg. I don't really see the licensing info on this guy, because they usually have them, oh, there it is, on the back of this shoe. You see, that's a lot more discreet, like, you can't notice that. But they just straight up was like, instead of, you know, having it so it's sort of indented into the thing and hardly noticeable, yeah, let's just stamp that on there, because fuck it, why not? We have budget, despite our quality control. Just saying. These guys are very notorious for having really bad quality control. Like, some figures have really good joints, some of them have bad ones, some of them even have the wrong packaging. It's just chaos. It's pretty much like a mixed bag. But overall, I've had really good experiences with the Jazwares Sonic range, and I could not recommend these guys enough. The Tomy ones, albeit they have really good sculpts, and the classic figures are really nice, but their modern figures I don't quite like. I mean, of course I'm still going to buy them, but I'm not going to hold them as close as I do the Jazwares range. So if I were to give this figure a rating, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. He's pretty much spot on to how Shadow looks, but the joint, well, it's just mainly the head. I don't know if this is across all of them, but on mine, it really does bother me. And it's mainly the muzzle that's sort of like, why is it so dark? I don't know, but it's not that bad. So 9.5 out of 10, I feel, is a pretty fair score, to say the least. So that's all I have to say for this video, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.